We're back now with Frankie Corrado and Mark Masters. And guys, John Tavares is coming off a really productive year with 38 goals. But Mark, he's going to be 35 years old come puck drop next season. You follow this team every day. What do you think are realistic expectations for Tavares as he starts this new deal?
Well, I think he's going to continue to be productive. Father Time is undefeated, but I'm not sure I've covered someone who relishes fending him off more than John Tavares. This guy is out early before practice working on his skating, out afterwards working on those little plays in and around the net that have been his bread and butter. General Manager Brad Treliving said it today. You know, he might not have encountered a player who's quite like this, and how when he packs for a one-game road trip, it's like a 3-week road trip just because he's got to bring everything that he needs for all of his routines. Treliving pointing out that Tavares was in the practice facility even yesterday doing his things. So is he going to score 38 goals again? Probably not, but Frankie, I think the Leafs are going to get bang for their buck here.
They really are. And the good thing about where John Tavares is at now when it comes to his salary is that he can be a second-line center for the next year or so. And at some point, once you have a longer-term solution, you can phase him down into a third-line center role or a wing role and know that you're still getting good production from John Tavares. This is a really nice deal for the Leafs, and it allows for a little bit of time to have a contingency plan, something that you think is going to be your long-term solution moving forward at the second-line center position.
Yeah, and Frankie, as we take a look at this deal, there's no doubt Tavares took a huge hometown discount to stay in Toronto. So how does Leafs management make those savings count, and what should be their top priorities right now?
Okay, first of all, it's a good point that you make there, Sarah. Like, this is a hometown discount by John Tavares, and it should be seen as such. Now, how do the Toronto Maple Leafs move forward from here? Well, you have a little more Matthew Knies insurance, and what I mean by that is now you have, what is it, an extra $1 million or $2 million as far as money that you have available to you if Matthew Knies is not signed and teams are maybe threatening with an offer sheet. So you have that, but you also have a little more wiggle room now to upgrade your forward group through free agency. So you have a little more room to go out and chase things. You have a little more insurance when it comes to the Matthew Knies offer sheet. The Toronto Maple Leafs are in a really nice position here because of the deal that they got from John Tavares, Mark.
And one of the priorities Treliving laid out in his first news conference after the season was he wants to change the DNA. He's got a chance to do that now with a little more cap flexibility. And I think this deal with Tavares already kind of does that when you think about all the time we've talked about contracts and the top players and how they kind of maxed out during this era. Well, now Tavares talking openly about taking less money and how much he believes in the future here. I think this is a great tone-setting moment for Treliving and the Leafs management as they get set for a really tricky offseason as they try and replace a 102-point winger and Mitch Marner who's walking out the door.
Right. Well, it's great to see they get this one done, and there'll be some history awaiting Tavares early in the new season. He enters October just 6 goals shy of the 500 mark for his career.